Hello automation and email lover. In this session, we are gonna learn about if, else, and loop package in the automation A360 control room. So I have created a task. Let me open this. So in actions, we can see if package, and this if package contains three action: if, and else. So these else if and else are sub actions of this if action, and this if is the action of this if package. So when we hover this if, we can see the description specifies a condition and holds a sequence of action to turn if the condition is true. So let me show you an example. If you are aware of any programming language, then you must use this you must have used this if in your programming language. So generally we write a sequence of instructions which we want to perform, but there can be some decision based instructions, like if 5 is equal to 5, then do this, otherwise do that. If we talk about real life, we can say if the marks of a student is greater than 80%, then he will get a grade, and if the marks are greater than 70% but less than 80%, then he will get B grade. Similarly, we can say if the marks are less than 30, or if the marks are less than 35%, then the student will get fail. For taking those type of decision, we use if conditions. So when we go to right side palette, we can see a drop down, and in this drop down we can see different packages or different type of if conditions. For example, if you want to apply a condition on a number, you will select the number condition. Similarly, if you want to apply a condition on string, you can select string condition. And similarly, we have all the conditions for different data types like datetime, boolean, and all. Data table false. File, I mean, if you want to see if the file exists or not, you can apply that condition also. And let me show you an example. Number condition, source value. So we can give source value 50, and here are operators. We can say relational operators, means if 50 is equal to 50, if 50 is not equal to 50, means if the source value is equal to destination value, source value is not equal to destination value, source value is greater than destination value, and so on. So you can choose the operator as per your requirements. So if I write 50 is greater than 20, and so means if this condition is true, then it will perform these actions which are inside this if. So this message box is inside this if condition. We use message box to show the output. Generally we use this only in development environment, just for our testing or debugging purpose. So if this condition is true, we will show a message true and run the code. Here we can see true. This message box is showing true, means this condition is true. So if you can see this message box is inside this if condition. If we put this outside the if, then it will show every time, means it is now not dependent on the if condition. You can see when we are collapsing this if, the message box is still showing, means it is outside the if block. And if we put this inside this if condition, and when we collapse this, it won't show. So this is how you can check, means if it is means if you place your actions correct or not. In flow also you can see. See, in flow we can see if number 50 greater than 20, this passage box will appear. And let's say if we want to print, means if we have two conditions, means like I gave a example of marks. So if marks are, so let's say if our target value is 100 and student got 50 marks, okay, so then we will assign grade B. And in else if we can also give one more conditions. I mean, if you want to check multiple conditions, if this condition is true, then what will execute this and it won't go here. Marks are greater than 60. So if marks are greater than fat, if marks are less than 30, if marks are less than 35, so let's say marks are 20, so then grade will be. So this is how we can apply conditions. It will only execute one condition. If the first condition is true, then that's it. And if first condition is false, then it will go to the else if. Similarly, we can add thousands of else if, but it will only execute one condition. See, grade C, and what is completed. Means this condition is true, grade C has print. I mean, it has shown the message grade C. So the flow will not go to this if else if, because already we got this condition which is true. Now let's say if we want to apply multiple conditions, means if we can use variable here, means we can select a variable, insert a variable instead of hard coding the value. Let's say sample number. Okay, they insert the sample number if the marks are less than 35. So I mean, we want to apply a condition like that if marks are less than 50, and we will add one more condition here, and means both conditions should be true. If we want either of one condition should be true, then we can use or. Number condition, and I'm using this sample number, and if marks are less than 50 but marks are greater than 35, means marks are greater than 35 and less than 50 means the marks are in between 35 and 50. The marks are less than 50 but greater than 35 means student is pass, because if the marks are less than 35 then the student will be failed. So if both condition will be true, then it will print this C grade, otherwise it will go to the next condition. Also we can add a group, means if there are a lot 5 or 10 or more conditions, so we can create a group which will make it easy to understand. So click on this and move down, and now it will be in group. Move down, so both conditions are now in group. So we can create a group like this. It will make things easier to understand if there are a lot of conditions. And variable, we can assign a value to a variable sample number. For this we will use number assign action of number package, this one. So if we assign 49, so this 45, it is less than 50 but greater than 35, so it will show the grade C. If we assign 45 to sample number, grade C. And if we assign 55, then it will go to this if else, and in if else it will show grade A. See, grade A. So this is how we can add multiple conditions using else if as well. Means if this set of conditions is true, then print, then go inside this, otherwise go to else if, and if this else if condition, set of condition is true, then show means execute these code which is under this else if, otherwise move to the next else if. See, we can add multiple else if. We call it as it is known as else if letter. We can add lot of else if, and if you want, means if you have two conditions, only two, means if this condition is true, then do this, otherwise do that. So for that we have else. We can say it is like binary decision making. If it is means if it's raining, then do this. If it is raining, then don't go outside, else go outside. So we can say if number is less than 0 or less than 1, and I'm deleting this condition. Now we have only one condition. If sample number is less than 1, then divide this. Then we won't divide because we can't divide a number. If it is less than 1, means if it is 0, we will get an error. Otherwise we will divide. So our number is 55. We will get divide this. Okay. So now move to the next package, which is loop. We use loop package to to do some repetitive task. Means if you want to check, if you want to perform any task multiple times, then no need to write the code. Means if you want to print this message 10 times, then what we will do is we will write this 10 times, means not divide, then again this. No need to do like this. For this we can use a loop condition, loop package or loop action. Let me show you. So we have this loop, and so here you can see loop label. We can assign a label, anything you can assign loop 1, and loop iterator, means how the type of iterator which you want to use. For example, we want to use for n times, means iterate this n times, and that the value of n is 10. Okay, and assign the value to a counter. We can do that if we need, and click on save. Now let me do this 3 times and assign a message box. So when we run this, it will perform all the actions 3 times, means all the actions which are inside this loop. We can see only we have message box in the loop. So see, we got first message box. When I close this, we will get one more, and we will get one more. That's it. So all the actions which are inside this loop action, so all these actions will be performed 3 times. So let's say if you want to print counting, so we will use this loop, and we will assign the current value to a variable. Means current value means if it is the first iteration, then the current value will be 1, for second iteration 2, and so on. So we can print this value as well. I'm storing this value in a counter variable, and here we will print the value of counter. Dot. We can't print number value, so I'm converting this to the string. See, 1, when I close this, 2, 3, that's it. So this is how we can use loop in our automation and A360. And there are a lot of iterator available, like in conditions we have number condition, string condition. Similarly, we can iterate this, we can choose an iterator from this list. For example, if you want to iterate over a folder, you can use this folder for each folder in folder. And if you want to iterate over file in the folder, you can use this. For example, if I use this, we need to give the folder path in which we want to iterate the files, or we want to traverse over the files. And here we can save the file name and extension to the variable, so it will give us the name of the file. For example, if you want to check, means if in a particular folder if these 10 files are available or not, you can use this loop. Means if you want to check if in this folder if all the 4 files are available or not, so you will use this loop condition, and you will give the path of the folder. I have copied the path and I will give the folder path here. So we will save the name of the file. Let me create a variable, and key will be name and file name, and choose, we are storing this in the sample string. Okay, and in this loop we are gonna use a if condition. If, and then if we give string condition, and the value is sample string. In this sample string we are storing the file name and target value, let's say this my release. So if the file name is equal to this one, if we want to do the match case, means if you want to check whether the case is match or not, means uppercase or lowercase, if you want to compare, you can check this. Okay, so if the name is equal to my release, the name of the file, then we can perform an action here, or we can do, or we can break the loop. Means we if we want to come outside from the loop, we can use break. If the file name is equal to this, break the loop and show a message. See, this message box is outside this loop. We can see if we collapse this message box is still showing, means it is outside the loop. And we will print a message outside. And here we will print the name of the file, sample string, and run the loop. See, the name of first file is my release. Close, and we are outside loop. And if we remove this condition, and if you want to disable a code, you can go to this and type disable action, and this is the shortcut. Now this if condition became disabled. It will not it is not the part of flow. See, the first file is my release, second is parent child concept, we can see, third is parent child relationship process, fourth thing is read one crore rows from Excel. And outside loop, we are now outside the loop. So this is how we can use the loop. We can break the loop. Similarly, we can continue the loop. I mean, if this condition is true, then continue means not perform the below actions. For example, if continue is here, so after printing message box, loop will continue, means the flow will come again here on the first line. So it won't execute another actions which are below this loop continue. I mean, we can use this inside a if condition as well. If we use this, means if the name of the file is my release, then loop will be continue. Similarly, we can use other iterator as well. In upcoming video, we are gonna use all these one by one. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Do let me know if you have any doubt or